Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another war selection video. Today we are going to be taking a look at how to control and maintain the economy of Asia. We will then transition into China and hopefully give you guys some tips on how to stay on top of your economy in the industrial ages as well. I know a few of you have been waiting a while for this, so I hope I cover all the points I need to, and if I do miss anything then please let me know down in the comments so we can try and help out any new players or anyone that just might not know about it. If you're liking the sound of that, then press the like button, as it really does mean a lot to me and the channel. Check out the description for info to the giveaways and other things that go on around here, and don't forget to subscribe with those notifications on to not miss out on anything that I post. You can also become a member now with some extra perks around here on the channel for when I'm live and things like that, so maybe check that out. With all that said, let's get right into this economy guide for Asia. Of course, every game you start you will have 100 food and 250 wood. You also have 10 workers in total, 5 that chop down wood and 5 that pick food from berries. With these workers you should make a warehouse and a starting house to not get population capped straight away. But that was really slow, so we're going to start again and try to be as quick as we can so we can get a real idea on how much economy we're going to have. Oh, and here's a good point for when you start out. You can try and catch any idle deer you have around your bulwark, as they will give you a huge 400 food bonus in the beginning. And this is the same for any fish pools nearby. I used my knight as a scout, but we all know you get a scout to start off with. 5 workers make a house and 5 workers make my warehouse, although it is the same 5 workers. I then start queuing workers on the altar. You should really do this as the first thing you do, but it is up to you. It's only a couple seconds difference. The first produced worker will carry on the production of houses so you do not get pop capped. The next worker will go on to your food, and then each worker that comes out will switch between wood and food until you have 8 to 10 workers on food. The rest of your workers will go on to wood. Once you have 4 houses down, you should have enough to build another warehouse. Keep in mind you want to keep your warehouse as close to the resources as possible. It is definitely worth using the wood to replace a warehouse rather than making your workers walk that little bit further. Once that is built, carry on the production of houses and make sure you don't get pop capped. I know this is the 3rd time I'm saying it, but as long as you start building a house 2 population away from being capped, you should be alright. Also, when you have over 100 food and those 8 to 10 workers working away, you can start the firewood ropes upgrade. This is on your warehouse and it's going to massively increase the amount of wood you get, and your economy in the Stone Age will start to skyrocket. You can then move on to find more resources and start building your fight pits and stonecutter if you are going for a fight. You do not need the faster berry picking upgrade. I honestly just see this as a waste of wood. If you can tell me a reason to get it in the comments, I'd be happy to know why. But already you can see that the economy is booming and I still only have 10 workers on food. There is over 20 on wood at this point as well. But now with plenty of resources you can start building your temple to move on to the next age. Because of the amount of food coming in as well, you can get all the upgrades needed for a Stone Age army, and also 10 slingers to go with it. As I am going up to Asia, I can still build more fight pits if I want to for that warrior or slinger spam in the early Bronze Age. And I can even build some bulwarks if I wanted to, but it really does start to stretch your economy with the slingers coming in as well, but you guys get the point. So, to conclude the Stone Age to go up to Asia, you need 45 to 50 workers. It doesn't matter if you get a few less, because they are so quick to produce for Asia rather than Europe. You need 16 houses, and this is going to add up to 90 population once they are all upgraded in the Bronze Age, and of course they are really cheap. You should have around 4 warehouses to keep close to that resource, and especially any nearby fish pools or deer. This includes cows as well. And if you can kill them without being hassled too much, then you can go for crocodiles and boars as well, but try to drag them towards your warehouse so they are as close to it as possible. I think that's pretty much it. You don't really need a stonecutter, but if you are going to build an army, then you should build one. If you're not and you don't need the upgrades, then you can save yourself a load of food and go straight up to the Bronze Age. Let's crack on with Asia. So, what do you do now? Well, the first thing to do is to start producing 5 workers on the town hall to go on to iron. You would then need to focus on upgrading a few woodworkers just so you can get down your poultry yard and docks. These are essential for Asia and are definitely needed first, especially if you are going for a stone warrior spam. So get those down first, and I actually upgraded all of my houses when I really didn't need to yet. I could have saved the wood to build some Bronze Age archeries or barracks. You want to upgrade all of your Stone Age workers that are collecting wood and leave 10 to 12 workers in the Stone Age. The reason for this is because they collect 44 food a time from animals, whereas the Bronze Age workers only collect 11. It's strange, right? You can also see the difference in the resource collection speed if you click on a single worker. You guys can go ahead and work out the differences, but the Stone Age workers are much better for the poultry yard. Trust me. Of course, focus on upgrading warehouses for the higher storage efficiency, and this basically knocks up the resource drop off each time by 1, so you collect even more resources each age every time you upgrade it. And then you can focus on building archeries to try and stay ahead in the game. Once the dock is down, don't forget to build your fishing posts, but you might be pop capped at this point. You can also see that I have 38 workers at the moment, but you need 50 in total to get through the medieval ages straight into industrial. You want to make sure you have enough workers for that now to save yourself a lot of time later, as with each age the production time for workers only goes up. Until you hit China, of course. We'll be moving on to that soon, but instead of making 12 more workers, I upgrade 2 of my Stone Age ones, so now I only have 10, but they're still gathering a ton of food with each drop off. It also only costs 500 iron to go up to the Iron Age, and because you stuck those 5 workers on iron straight away, you should have plenty by the time you need to get up there. You can also get the upgrades on the archeries too, and still have enough. I can even build towers now with the economy I have, and I'm still keeping up with everyone else in the game. I also have 57 workers, which is more than enough to get me through the rest of the game until I hit industrial, although I still need to build a few more before I can fully get up there, unless I upgrade more Stone Age workers. Again, whilst you are waiting, it's all about keeping your warehouses and workers close to the resource so they can drop off as quick as possible. You will have a little bit of downtime, but even if you are fighting, you will still have enough resources to create a whole new army. When you get to the Iron Age, there is one main upgrade that you need and that I recommend to keep on top of your iron for Asia, and that's definitely the metal chisel upgrade in the warehouse. This pops up in the Iron Age and will increase the rate of metal being mined. If you have no wood, then you can get the other upgrade, which is the same but for stone, but I never get it, and you shouldn't too, as you shouldn't be mining stone with Asia. You can also go for your vision if you're that type of guy, but alternatively I build those 3 workers that I need and start the upgrade to medieval. Now, this is where you need to take those workers off of wood and move them onto iron. You need 800 iron this time to get to medieval, so get another 10 workers on iron to have a total of 15 working it. With the Iron Age upgrade, you should be more than fine to go up the ages without going at a loss, and even have enough to use iron when you do get to medieval. There is also the fishing boat upgrade, which increases the speed of boats. I totally forgot about that, but it is worth it for Asia and will definitely increase your food. As you can see though, I have no problems with the food and I am able to delete my army and make a full new one, whilst even going up to medieval. So, to conclude the Bronze and Iron Age, you will need to make sure you have 60 workers, 10 of them Stone Age and 50 Bronze Age workers. You should still have 16 houses, 5 to 10 towers around the base and 5 to 6 warehouses. Oh, and a few docks. Yeah, you're going to be looking great for the medieval ages and are still ready to fight whenever you want. This isn't just plain SimCity. Honestly, go out fighting, tower push your enemy and you will still have the economy to do it. Let's move on to the medieval ages. As soon as you get up there, the first things to focus on is the population upgrade. Of course, upgrading the dock and warehouses so you can upgrade your boats and get the extra resource. Also, you will have enough food to upgrade every single worker into medieval, and you still have resources to do whatever you like. I like to upgrade just 1 archery and 1 barracks for the upgrades in case you are fighting, and you can even start building your siege units if you want to. The economy is still booming. Now, this is where I went wrong. I should have upgraded all of my houses. Another option is just to delete all of your old fighting buildings, but to prove a point to get up to the late medieval ages, I started to build stables and that turned into an absolute mess. Anyway, upgrading the houses should be first, as then you can start the upgrade to the late middle ages once everything else you feel like you want or need has been upgraded. I just had to prove that I could build loads, didn't I? Just keep remembering to move those warehouses closer and closer to the resources. You will also need to build another 5 houses at this point, taking you up to a total of 21 houses to have a population of 150. I can even make some medieval army units now if I want to, whilst going up to the late Middle Ages as well. I have more than enough buildings, those houses coming down, and yeah, we're looking great. Sure, I could have a bit more wood and a little bit more iron, but I'm more than ready to refill my army with archers if I am getting attacked. Once I got my workers closer to the resources, everything became fine again. Now we are at the late Middle Ages, Because of the amount of food, if you don't have any vision, now is the best time to get a balloon tower up. These are so helpful to you and your team. Get these up as much as you can, especially if you are fighting your enemy, so you can see what they are going to throw at you. In the warehouse there is also another upgrade you can get, and that's called warehouse shelving. I recommend this as this will make sure you have enough iron to get to the industrial age for Asia. I knew that iron was going to struggle, so I took another 10 workers off of wood and put them on iron. This meant I now had 25 workers on iron and 35 on wood. I had enough food coming in from the boats, but noticed I was getting attacked by a crocodile, which was super annoying. So I had to keep putting workers back on food, so there was 5 on there. So you got 60 workers with fishing boats, and that's more than enough to get you through the medieval ages into the industrial age. You also have the use of hand cannons now, which are super overpowered in 1v1s or any game mode to be fair. You are going to have lots of fun using these. So to conclude the medieval ages, you need 21 houses, replacement warehouses, don't forget the late medieval age warehouse upgrade as well, as that's quite important for the economy in China. Use your balloon towers and swap workers over onto iron. Well, it's not the most straightforward guide, but hopefully you guys are getting the gist of things. We even had enough economy to upgrade all the towers we had. But anyway, we're moving on to China. We have just hit China. You probably know what to upgrade now, as we have been over it a couple of times, and you should have enough food resource to do just that. Upgrade all of your workers and queue up some more workers on the town hall. These only take 9 seconds to produce, so you're going to find your economy booming in no time. Also focus on what you don't have. Your food is going to be shredded, and once you have enough and have upgraded all the appropriate warehouses and docks, you need to get the rice farm down on the shoreline. This is one of the best food resources for China, and you should focus on getting this straight away. I want to show you guys a quick tip here if you didn't know it already. It actually destroyed my food eco even more than what it was already, but the rice farm and of course upgrading the boats for food are your first priorities. Anyway, this tip, if you can make mounted samurai in the medieval ages of the game, they upgrade free into mounted guardsmen. Yeah, free. It's crazy, right? I mean, they do cost a lot from the medieval age, but for them to be free is just crazy. I can't seem to get over it. But once you have upgraded them, you can just go ahead and delete the rest of your stables, or upgrade them if you are going to be using the mounted guardsmen. Of course, once the workers on the town hall are done, you are going to need the population upgrade once again. You can upgrade all of your houses for those militiamen and get them out as soon as possible. With those workers coming out, pretty soon you will notice your economy going up, and now you can start getting the army of your dreams. Yeah, already. So go ahead and get the foreign supply centre down and focus on getting France. You can also start making your houses for even more army. You want to make sure you get up to 100 workers with China in order to stay on top of it and to be able to fight with the breeze. Later on you can start killing off your workers for more army units, but for now you do need those to be working. I also completely forgot the arsenal, but this isn't entirely needed for China as the trench mortars are not that great. Remembering to keep replacing warehouses for closer and easier resources. As soon as the population upgrade comes in, you are ready for your militia man spam and whatever else you want to throw in the mix. Although that did make me run out of food again. You just gotta find the balance really. It started balancing out when I had more workers on food, and once my army was built of course. It worked out so I had 25 to 30 workers on food, 20 workers on iron, and the rest are going to be sitting on wood. Once you have all the relevant buildings upgraded, you can then move on to IR2 for China. And you can even start an MG tower push now as well because the economy is back up to where it should be. Or just move on to the next stage. As soon as you get to IR2, there is nothing you can really focus on to make your economy any better. But as soon as you can, make sure you press the population upgrade to get a whopping 330 population. You are going to be focusing on getting some better units and using a little more resources on the foreign supply centre for tanks and stuff. Oh, and you can also get battleships now from the docks. You can start taking workers off of food and move them back over to wood and iron. You will also need a total of 42 houses for 330 population in China, so you can make sure you have those well ahead of the time. Now, you can just focus on getting your army out and destroying your enemies, but all I had to kill was animals, sadly. Well, there you guys have it, the economy guide for Asia. I hope you guys enjoyed this one and let me know if you did learn anything at all. If it did, then press that like button. Comment below for those giveaways or anything I can improve on, or like I said, anything I missed out on. Make sure to subscribe to the channel with those notifications on to not miss out on anything I upload, and definitely check out the description for some important information down there. Oh, and you can become a member now for some extra perks, so make sure you check that out too. Thank you all for watching this far if you did, and until next time, peace.